we're going to try something. We're going to see how it works. We're going to try to go into the crowd to talk to some of the people that are here. There are thousands of educators in the room, and I just want to give you a sense that the folks that are here with signs, some of the signs are homemade signs, but as you can see, everyone has their own signs. I want to just get a sense that teachers from all over the state, from every corner, are here today to make their voices heard. As you heard, more than 15,000 are expected, and this is their way of saying, listen to us. As I mentioned a moment ago, teachers are not allowed to strike, so no matter how you feel about this issue, whether you agree with them, whether you disagree with them, whether you could care less about this issue, this is the way for these teachers to make their voices heard. This is democracy at work as people are making their voices heard on this day on Tuesday in Indianapolis. Now, the one thing is, this is political. These teachers know that lawmakers are here. They're working on their bills for January, and these teachers want to make sure that they are on the agenda. And so they are here as they know that the Speaker of the House is here. They also know that next year, 2020, is a big election year. And so they also want to make the governor aware that they are here to be heard. Why do you want to do this in light of what's happening here today? Why would you even...
Important. These kids are our future. They become the people that work in here today. So it's just important.
Are you not in any way deterred? I mean, if I were to see this and I was a student, I'd say, well, maybe I should become an engineer or a doctor or something else. This seems like a lot of work, hard work.
It's important. Just need to stand up for it.
Now, as you're talking, you're getting a little emotional on me. Why is this an emotional issue for you?
Because I just remember the teachers that stood up for me. So it's just important that I do that for my kids.
So you want to be that person in someone's life. And so as we think about being able to touch a young life, why is that so key to have people who care? And I don't mean to make you cry on television, but obviously I want to capture the emotion, because for many people, this is personal. This is not some theory or some lesson. This is the real deal.
It's just important to do this. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Do you graduate next year?
Yeah, in May.
Well, listen, I can just tell by your emotion and your heart that those kids, wherever you end up in Indiana, will be very lucky to have you. So good luck to you. And the three big issues, right? We're looking at three big issues that these folks are really wanting to be heard on. One is teacher pay. The average teacher pay in Indiana is $50,000. We rank 36th in the country. The other big issue for many of these teachers is standardized testing. The governor and the state teachers union both agree that the new iLearn test should not be used this year anyway to evaluate teacher pay and to give those school grade rankings. And then the third issue is that of the issue of the externship requirements, the 15 hours that teachers are now being required to spend with local business to learn more about careers in their community. Many of the teachers in this right now want that repealed. Let's join the crowd. And we're not gonna jump into the crowd, Jason, because the flow is going, but you can see the signs. Ma'am, if you could just join me up here really quick. Tell me who you are and why are you here. Are you a student?
I am a student. I am a pre-service teacher right now at Indiana University, Kokomo.
As you see this, one question that many folks may ask, and not to be disrespectful to you or to your passion, but why be a teacher when you're seeing the struggle right now? This is like the real deal.
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Why not go into nursing or being a police officer or something else?
I think a lot of the reason why people choose this profession is to make a difference. And so, we're here to make a difference in the students' lives and stuff. And so even though we are lacking in areas like pay and stuff like that, we still want to do it for the students, even though there is a sacrifice that comes with it.
But you don't strike me as someone that just shows up on the Capitol one day, right, and says, I'm going to go rally in Indianapolis. Just what triggered this for you? Because obviously, again, this is a personal decision for many people. For you, what makes this personal? And am I right about you? Because you just don't strike me as someone that one day...
I've never done this before in my whole life.
Can I be honest? I hate to stereotype you. You don't strike me as someone who gets up in the morning and says, I'm going to go rally.
No, I've never been to a rally in my life. This is the first time I've ever done this, but my students have severe anxiety over the extreme testing. I need classroom aides in my classroom. We need help, and we're being ignored by our politicians.
So for you, I know you gave me the 7th grade, but obviously it takes you to say, you know what, I'm going to step forward, I'm going to be their voice.
Yes.
What got you going? What got you to say, you know what, I'm heading to Indianapolis. I'm gonna drive 2 hours, and they're gonna hear me today, whether they like it or not.
I told my students I was thinking about coming, and they were the ones who said, Mrs. Johnson, you need to go, and here's what I would like you to say to our legislators. And when 7th grade 12-year-olds are telling you this because they know the need in the classroom, they're experiencing it, they have the anxiety because of the testing, that when your students tell you to go, you go, and you stand up for those kids.
Now, Ms. Johnson, where were you back in the Bronx at school 143? I did not have a cool 7th grade science teacher that would get me excited about science. Where were you back in the day?
I was probably still in my classroom in Indiana, and I'm proud of Indiana, and I want us to make the country proud of Indiana for what we're doing for teachers, and our politicians need to hear this.
Ms. Johnson, I look forward. Maybe you'll invite me to North Adams. I would love to come up and see your science class because you sound just as a good soul. So
right.
best of luck to you, ma'am,
Thank you.
and hopefully you will be heard.
Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Johnson from
Thank
North
you.
Adams in Adams County, about 2 hours north of Indianapolis. You heard her. She has never been to a rally of this kind, and just put her on television. She's like, what just happened here? But she wanted to speak for her 12-year-old students where she teaches science. The teachers on this Red for Ed rally are on the move, so traffic in downtown Indianapolis make it a little tricky as we see the teachers move around. We're not exactly sure if all the teachers in the group will follow the path, but we can see that they're now crossing the street towards the One North Capitol building, so they are supposed to circle the building, but lunch hour traffic in downtown Indianapolis make it a little tricky. You could probably use the expertise of Lauren Casey, who is really our master of traffic patterns when it comes to morning traffic and afternoon traffic, but this should get quite interesting as teachers now plan to go on a march in the downtown area. As you can see, live pictures on Facebook Live as RTV6 continues its coverage here of the Red for Ed rally. These teachers are now making their voices heard in the middle of the morning here in downtown Indianapolis. And as that is going on, I'm going to talk to one teacher and we're going to continue showing you these live pictures. Ma'am, your first name is Julie, right?
Yes.
You're from Evansville.
That's correct.
And you were telling me, ma'am, you help with special ed children. Thank you for your service in that area. But you have 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
And you wish you could just get paid for one, which is your heart is for teaching.
correct.
But the reality is, as you were telling me, it's just not cutting it.
It's not cutting it. I'm a single mom of 3 kids. I work very hard. I would love to have just one job. My heart is the teaching. It's with those students. I'd rather be there today with them, but I'm here today to fight for what's best for those kids. And that's keeping teachers in the classroom and paying them a wage that's reasonable so they don't have 3 jobs.